Welcome to Essential Biz Marketing. Let's explore how free trade agreements have shaped the global success of Korea's cultural exports. K-pop, dramas, and films now reach global audiences, backed in part by strategic trade policies. Free trade agreements helped elevate Korean cultural content to global popularity. KORUS and EU Korea FTAs supported the spread of K-pop, dramas, and films internationally. These agreements removed barriers and fostered cultural exchange beyond goods and services. Their influence enabled Korean content to move more freely across borders. Trade agreements strengthened the environment for Korean content to thrive internationally. They played a foundational role in the global recognition of Korean cultural identity. Let's now examine how trade agreements shaped real-world outcomes. The KORUS FTA, enacted in 2012, aimed to remove trade barriers between South Korea and the U.S. This agreement laid the groundwork for smoother cultural content exchanges. Beyond goods, the agreement addressed creative industries through IP protections. These legal measures secured Korean content from unauthorized use abroad. Intellectual property enforcement created a safer export environment. This assurance encouraged Korean creators to expand into U.S. markets confidently. K-pop and K-dramas gained momentum in the U.S. under KORUS protection. Cross-cultural consumption increased as content distribution became more secure. Another major agreement deserves separate attention and analysis. The EU-Korea FTA, signed in 2011, significantly boosted trade between South Korea and the EU. It set the stage for stronger economic ties, including in the cultural sector. However, its impact on cultural exports was more limited and indirect. Legal alignment occurred, but direct cultural trade gains remained modest. The agreement favored high-tech exports more than consumer goods. Cultural content received fewer immediate benefits under this structure. Despite reduced tariffs, Hallyu's growth was driven more by organic demand than by policy. Legal harmonization still helped streamline global access to Korean content. Let's shift focus to the broader cultural wave behind the numbers. The global rise of Hallyu generated strong international demand for Korean cultural content. This demand laid the cultural groundwork that FTAs later reinforced. Trade agreements reduced barriers and strengthened protections for intellectual property. These changes allowed Korean creators to enter markets with more legal confidence. The KORUS FTA helped fight piracy and ensure fair compensation for Korean producers. This fostered long-term sustainability for cultural exports abroad. However, the benefits come with nuanced limitations and risks. While FTAs aid cultural trade, deep-rooted values may not translate across regions. Cross-cultural interpretation remains a persistent challenge. Economic benefits from FTAs can be uneven across industry sectors. This highlights the need to support local creative industries alongside global expansion. Let's summarize the main insights from this case. FTAs like KORUS and EU-Korea helped reduce trade barriers and protect Korean content. They offered a legal backbone to support Korea's global cultural expansion. Still, K-pop's global momentum stems more from cultural appeal than from policy. Its emotional resonance continues to drive demand across borders. A balanced strategy combining trade policy with creative innovation is essential. This synergy will sustain Korea's cultural influence worldwide. Thank you for joining us on this case study. We look forward to exploring more insights with you in future sessions.